Congressman Jim Jordan, Republican from Ohio, joins me now. Congressman, this really puts President Biden on the spot. Yeah. Why is he reluctant to allow us to get the truth out about COVID?
I don't know. I mean, but Stuart, go back and ask why did they lie to us about gain-of-function research? Why did they lie to us about the origin of the virus? Why did they lie to us about natural immunity? I think Senator Hawley's bill is right on target. I don't know why they won't answer those fundamental questions and why they misled the American people for so long about those three critical things: where this thing started, natural immunity, and the whole gain-of-function research that looks like was taking place in this lab. Let's hope that we get that information as the Senate unanimously agreed that we should.
Now, Attorney General Merrick Garland refuses to appoint a special counsel to investigate Hunter Biden. Is that the reason why President Biden is soft on China? Do they have something on our president?
I don't know, but I look, and I'm not calling necessarily for a special counsel, but if you're going to appoint special counsels in all these other situations, this would seem to be a situation that warrants one. I just want to know what was the decision process in deciding not to do it, how that was handled. That's why we sent the letter we did a few days ago. So we'll see. Look, we're looking at all kinds of things where we think the government is not functioning in the way it should be, and in many ways targeting the very people it's supposed to serve. We have a host of those kind of examples. Why is the FBI, the Richmond Field Office, for example, saying if you're a traditional Catholic, you're somehow a domestic extremist? I mean, and on it goes. So we have all kinds of concerns with decisions that have been made by the Justice Department.
Now, President Biden, he has plans to make a phone call to Xi Jinping, nothing beyond that. Given your druthers, what would you have our president do versus China?
Well, you gotta project strength like President Trump did. President Trump was willing to stand up to China. He was willing to call this virus out when it first happened, and call out China on this virus when it first happened. And frankly, he was willing to use the tariff issue to deal with China and other countries as well, something we haven't really seen from this administration. So I think it's just more of an overall projecting strength from the Oval Office, which we haven't seen in this administration. I never forget when Secretary Pompeo was asked a question about a year ago, right after Putin went into Ukraine. They asked him, would this have happened in a Trump administration? And I thought Secretary Pompeo gave the best answer. He said, the short answer is, I don't know. But I do know this, it didn't happen in a Trump administration. And I think that's the key distinction here. So I would just like to see this administration actually project some strength and stand up to China and push back in a number of ways that we just haven't seen, like we saw from President Trump.
Real fast, Congressman, you're from Ohio. It's been a month or more since Biden was, since the train accident. I don't think President Biden will ever visit. It's not in his political interest to go to East Palestine. What say you?
No, unfortunately, I think you're right. The President of the United States should go to East Palestine when there's something this terrible that's happened. But I do think, again, it just shows the difference. President Trump was there last week. President Trump was there meeting with the people, talking with the people. But for some reason, Joe Biden won't go. I don't get it, but that's just, one more thing in this administration that doesn't make sense to me. But it was good to see President Trump there. I mean, I thought it was so President Trump going into McDonald's, buying people Big Macs, talking with people, relating to them when they're struggling and dealing with this tragedy that's happened in their community.
Can you imagine Joe Biden going into a McDonald's? I mean, maybe he has, I don't know, but it just seems kind of incongruous to me.
Yeah.
I remember President Donald Trump, candidate, feasting on Wendy's and sending his team out here, bring me in some Wendy's. Those were the days. Yeah. Jim Jordan, it's always a pleasure having you on. Come back soon, okay? Thank you, sir.